He's swinging his axe around. Darian.
Now that's not very nice. Darian's going to... step there. And he's going to punch him.
Fucking nailed fist coming in. Burn!
16.
16 is a miss. He's wearing chain shirt. Level.
Yeah, we're right now we've got a few campaigns on the go right now, Drakester. We're going to finish up the campaigns we're doing and the editions we're in. And right now we're running this one to see how much we like it. So far we're enjoying Pathfinder 2, I think.
Yeah, the mini campaign is pretty fun. We'll get to a certain point where there's a cliffhanger, and then we'll return to Dread and Circus. A couple more weeks. Okay. So that was Darren going over and trying to hoof Cobart. Cobart dodges. Fucking knight is what he says. All the knights are dead. Oscar.
Nut shots. Oh.
Did you guys lose Adam? Because I lost.
Yeah, I lost Adam.
Yeah, okay. You want to give me three attack rolls for Oscar? Just 3d20s.
Sure. So we got a 10 probably hit, 3 probably missed, and a 13 that also probably missed.
Yeah, unless his last attack's plus 5.
Let me check Oscar's thingy. What's Oscar thingy?
I have a hard time believing his last attack is plus 5.
His unarmed would be plus 5 on top of strength. No, he gets to use his dex, so plus
his dex, yeah.
9. So hit, miss, and then it's agile, so that's a minus 8. No, that's a miss. So 1 hit.
So 1 hit, so...
D4 plus 4 plus... I don't know what his sneak attack is. Plus 1 D6?
Does he... Isn't it a minus 10 for the third
8
attack?
damage.
Plus a D6 for sneak?
No. So 10 damage total.
10 damage, knocks Taruko out.
Nice.
Oscar basically comes up and knees him right into the gut, and Taruko falls down. Fuckers! Taruko is unconscious, so he, I think, is just automatically out. Or does he get to burpee?
Oh, this is the first?
Yeah, I don't know. Unconscious.
Oh, right. So agile reduces from minus 5 to minus 4.
Okay.
459.
Unconscious. Sleepy. 450, you said?
Knocked out and dying. They die and are removed from play unless they are attacked non-lethal, in which they are instead knocked out for a significant amount of time, usually 1 minute or more. As GM's discretion, villains, powerful monsters, special NPCs, and enemies with special abilities that are likely to bring them back into the fight can use these rules as well. So there are 2 rule system. He's just unconscious.
Okay.
He's not special. He's 3rd level dude. 3rd level asshole. Alright, Shadow.
Fair enough. Sorry, whose turn?
Shadow.
Oh, that guy's unconscious. What is this red stuff? Oops.
Fire.
That's a big ass campfire.
No.
Oh, in the back's probably a log or something.
How's my volume? Still good?
Yep.
My computer decided they wanted to connect to the Volkswagen dealership that's like a kilometer down the road.
Yeah, Shadow's going to
I don't know what to tell you, dude.
It's fucking weird.
get on there.
Oscar kneed the guy in the solar plexus and knocked him out. And we learned that there's a 2 rule system. If you're not an important monster or NPC or anything like that, if you reach 0 from non-lethal, you're just unconscious, usually for about a minute.
Yep.
It's not that
Actually,
long.
Shadow's
And then
gonna-
PCs and important NPCs have a whole other burpee system.
They have the whole burpee system.
Yeah, exactly. And
Just
we
like the
we ruled that the third level asshole is not important. Although 53 damage to knock him out.
how much damage to take off his pants.
None. It would be at least 2 actions.
You got problems, sir. You got problems.
Full
Only
round
2
worth
actions.
of actions. Only one to get the.
No
it's
comments.
probably a round to take off someone's pants.
Messed up.
I don't know. If somebody said you've got 4 seconds to take off your pants, if you didn't know that was what you were going to be doing, there's a decent chance you'd fumble that and fall on your face.
Probably, yeah.
It could be a combat action, right? It's probably like an athletics check or something like that.
Well, it probably starts off like this. You've got 4 seconds to take off your pants. 2 seconds of what?
Hey, fucks.
Oh,
Drake fucks. Yeah, it has been a while. Sorry about that. So Marty had some suspicious activity on his home network and had to move all files, which is about 10 terabytes of video files and other things, onto one machine so that he could then wipe not 1, not 2, but 3 machines and do some updates on a 4th one, wiping, reinstalling Windows, installing all the software, getting a new home network set up so that the suspicious traffic would end. Yeah, there was outside hackening going on, which sucked. It sucked. It was a week and a half of me going, okay, back to work after vacation. Would rather be preparing for game, but yeah. Was it always beer 30? No, I watched a lot of like stupid TV in the background, which kind of kept me entertained. My guilty pleasure TV is Storage Wars. It's so awful.
I don't know what to.
But this weekend watched Dark Crystal: The Resistance. If you liked the movie, you will like this show. They did a really good job at, even though you know how it ends because it's a prequel series, they did a really good job at like still having cool stuff happen. And there are a nice mix of characters with each their own weakness. And there are some powerful female characters, but they weren't Mary Sue characters. They were like, they had a nice balance of weakness and strength for all the characters.
Nice.
Aughra is a little all-powerful for my taste, but it's so are the Skeksis. It's funny. It's a good romp.
Is there big hair?
Aughra has got big hair. Yeah.
As long as there's big hair. I mean, if there's no big hair, then it's not really Dark Crystal.
Yep. Yeah, watch it. It's worth a watch. I'll watch it again when I'm not like fighting off a cold and a little
I
loopy.
am looking forward to watching that Dave Chappelle Netflix special that apparently
yeah.
set the internet on fire.
Okay.
It's currently got a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, and people love it. So, but it's got a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Interesting. That suggests to me that he stepped across a barrier on a landmine
I believe
like
he jumped across. I believe he said, "Hold my beer."
and then wandered
gotta be
across
like
the
a
line
guy.
of good taste.
Watch this.
Guess what I'll be doing later. It wasn't a leisurely stroll across the line of good taste. He's like, I'm pole vaulting this bitch. Hold my beer. Exactly. Or maybe your couch fucks you. Weird.
And then Ptolemy stares.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so what's going on here, Fox and Drake, is that they met a couple of... They're not the bandits affiliated with the bandits at the Moathouse, but there are a couple of guys that approached the carriage when the party split, and then they realized they knew Crusher, and then got intimidated to run away, and they ran away to their camp. Shadow spied on them, and they were basically planning and plotting that they were going to follow the carriage and the group. As they went to tangle with the bandits, they were just going to steal the carriage or whatever they could grab to get away. So this group has come over here with their weapons sort of drawn, but they're engaging in just a good old-fashioned beating. So there's like fisticuffs. Cobart's not having any of it. He thinks he's in a fight for life and death. He hasn't quite realized what... He doesn't quite fathom that you guys are trying to fight fair. and is swinging his battle axe around. Shadow, it's your turn.
In some parts of the world, they would call this Donnybrook.
Yeah, Shadow moved around. He's making him his prey, and
That
I
fear
think I
condition went
already
away.
rolled.
Yeah.
19 is what 16 is what I rolled. Sorry.
16 misses.
'Kay.
So he kind of
So
scrambles
move,
back from
prey,
it.
shot. That's all I've got.
Krieger.
This guy's swinging an axe.
Guy's swinging an axe and has a chain shirt on.
Krieger's gonna rage.
What
Just
the
so
fuck?
it's clear. Zoom in on Cobart for a second. That's the before face.
Yep. I
See, I
like
was too polite to make
I
them
like
shaving jokes.
I like Taruko's hair.
He looks like a guy who I bought some euro off.
He's got a very Mediterranean look.
So
So-
if you don't use your dex to hit, is it still considered agile?
Agile just allows you to use dex. You don't have to.
Okay, so I don't get the -4 instead of -5 then.
No, I think
No,
no,
I think
agile
you-
is not that.
Those are two different powers.
Okay, that's a different
Finesse
thing.
is
All right.
damage, and then
20?
Finesse is your dex to hit.
yeah,
Agile
you
is
you
really-
fucking hoof your fist into his face a couple of times.
20.
Wham! You grab him by the scruff of his chain shirt, and you just wham, wham.
Well, that's 2 hits so far, so 2 hits.
Yep. He finally put his hand up for the last one and sort of blocked it,
Plus.
flattening his
Takes
nose.
27 damage.
27 non-lethal damage. All right.
So-
he's bloodied by the second blow. He's still standing though.
So sorry, agile is what I'm seeing here as a weapon trait is reducing the negative on subsequent hits by
Yep.
-1.
And finesse is the dex. They're
Okay.
the same thing.
Cobart.
Yeah.
Unbuckle.
He
Yeah, finesse. You still use strength. Okay.
he drops his axe and
You gonna run for her?
making a run for it into the bushes. Eventually, he's trying to head towards the road, I guess. You're tripping and running through the bushes.
Oh, he's running in the dark.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's just running out. The road is kind of up by this way, and
Shadow starts laughing. I got this. I see in the dark.
Bring me his pants.
yeah. So there's the bushes, and then a bit of the road leading up.
I don't like his odds. Krieger just raged and can see in the dark right now.
When Krieger's angry, he sees in the dark.
He sees in the dark when he's angry.
That's awesome.
I'm so mad I can see in the dark.
Ah, eyes get really big. Ah!
How
Everything goes red, even the black.
is that a
It's a rage power.
It's rage power, yeah.
it's rage power.
Help! He's yelling, "Help!" Darian.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that, chum. He's just... Oh, well. He thinks it's done now.
Okay, so you're just standing around. Oscar.
Oh, just calm it down a bit
Oscar's-
there, Krieger.
Gonna start taking the pants off of the.
Really? With the
Taruko?
pants stealing, honestly?
Shadow.
Punch me. He boasts my nose.
Actually, Shadow will go here. Am I killing?
No, there's no killing.
A couple of little pricks won't hurt him then.
Shadow comes in here, he's like, hey, stop or I'll turn you into a pincushion.
he's running.
It's not his
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, so that was, I think,
Double move.
40. Double move there. No. Yeah, sure. Get to here.
Okay, Krieger.
Sudden charge. Fuck.
A madman through the underbrush.
Yeah, it's
So is it like move then sudden charge?
it's gonna be a move then sudden charge. Move. He's gonna actually sudden charge, so he's right in front of him.
That's the sound.
Nope, he missed.
He like ran away from you as you ran around him. He's trying to run back towards Shadow. He's mad. He's got the bloodlust. Cobart is now running past Shadow.
I take an AOO. Oh wait, we don't have that anymore unless you have a specific power.
Fighter power.
Actually, monks.
He's
have that
running.
as well.
He's running towards the wagon. Help me! Help me!
I think later on other classes get it.
Help me!
You're very loud.
Christian just looks around the bench. As I look over, Ptolemy's looking through like parts of the curtains and looking out. The ruffian has returned. He seems agitated.
I hear you're a no good Nick of some sort.
Darian. Help me! He's gonna kill me!
It only looks that way.
Darian, he's supervising the
He's like,
deep panting
"Alright,
of
but
Taruko.
even with some dignity, he was gonna rob us all. I'm going for a walk. I don't like the look of this. It's
Okay.
going... actually, can you get him? I guess if you get him with a double move. I'll go back here. Hang on. Yeah, he's gonna go up and try and swat him.
The knight comes charging into the bushes.
19.
He's not frightened at this point. Yep, that hits him.
He sounds frightened. 6.
Deck from the bushes. Oh.
Oh!
Clothesline.
Yeah, you come out and just sort of strike him across the face, and he wheels to defend himself. Oskar, then Shadow, Krieger.
We're gonna do all day, do all night. Oh, we're gonna just. Oh, can't rob them, but oh, look at these coins. Oh, they fell out of that purse, and they're in this purse now. Oh, I guess.
Finder's keepers.
Got it. You're looting him. Got it. Okay. Shadow, then
Taxation
Krieger.
without representation.
Poor bastard.
It's 2 moves. This is my melee. 20 plus 9. 27.
Yep, that's a hit.
D6 or D4, isn't it?
Shadow comes running up and
Plus
big jumping punch.
2. Not a lot of damage, but it'll add up. 5 damage.
Anything additional for him being your quarry?
No, it does. I don't think so. Let me just check that. Great. +1 to perception.
Blood goes flying out of his mouth as he gets hit real bad.
Getting hit from every angle.
Krieger.
He really want. He should have fell down when Krieger was far away. That's what he should have done.
Should have given up. I suggest you surrender.
Or not pass out for another minute or so.
How did he get so far?
Triple move. And he's got the fleet feet, maybe?
Humans have 25-foot movement.
Yeah.
He
So
tripled.
Yeah, he was right in front of me, and he's... Oh, hang on. He's 80 feet away.
Go.
He's 80 feet from the square he was in. He's 75 feet from the square he's in.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
No, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, well, it's all good.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I know we only count by 30s. 20s
Yeah.
and 30s in this old chrono.
Yeah, the whole, yeah. Okay, so I do a move and a sudden charge.
Running away from barbarians is bad. It doesn't work.
18. I don't know if that hits or not.
No, actually misses by 1.
But he gets. I triple move away from you, and then you punch me in the butthole once per round.
Stop hitting me!
Give him your pants.
He runs to the carriage and then falls prone and then crawls under the carriage.
Oh, well, now that's just sad.
He's kind of tangled up in like the axle, or like he's trying to get underneath the axle, and yep. Darian.
He really does think that's just sad. He's gonna come over, and he might actually even use his power to like reduce the damage he takes from Krieger speeding.
You might use your power to save him. Just gonna bump Krieger a little bit as he's going in to kick him.
Yeah, easy, whoa.
Okay, well, Shadow gets to perhaps be. Well, Oskar is looting. Taruko is knocked out. Shadow.
It's a double.
Yep.
And let's do it again.
Yeah, like drop kick him right through the axle.
Yeah, Shadow goes over and kind of slides along the ground, kicking him.
Miss me.
How much damage do you do, Shad?
1d4 plus 2. 5 damage.
Okay, I believe he's still awake. Give me a second. 30, 38 plus 6. Yeah, he's got 1 hit point.
It's enough for Krieger to get over there.
Doing the same thing.
He rips his head off. Ah!
Goes flying
It's
like
a little overkill.
yeah.
Okay.
Plus 9. Misses with an 18.
Yeah.
Can
Alright.
Crusher jump in now?
Sure.
It's enough of this.
Crusher comes running around the corner.
So, actually, hold on. What's his move speed? I think his move is 35. How much did I move there?
You move 45.
Hold on, I was here, right?
Yeah.
When a guy's hitting you for like 20 damage a swing, or whatever
So,
Krieger
yeah,
was
that's
doing,
35.
his plan was just to get away.
That's 35 feet.
The sudden charge means you can't. That's the thing.
When my internet crapped out, I was making a give him your pants and try not to soil them. It's like don't poop.
D20 plus 5. I'm an idiot. It's supposed to be a 10. I rolled a 1, so that's an 11. And then the next one.
Well, auto miss on a 1.
Yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to be. I'm flurrying. I can't remember what the flurry is. Is it -2?
No.
I'm not sure why you're only rolling plus 5 on your.
No,
first
I just mean it's supposed to be a +10.
Okay.
+5 was the next one. 2 attacks. No.
When you're not using your stance, it would be a +3 or -3 per flurry attack. When you are using your stance, it's a -4 per flurry attack.
Okay, so it'd be it'd be +10, then it'd be a +7. 20 plus 7. Wow, Crush is really nailing it now. He's like, fuck it, get him, Krieger.
Okay. Shadow. Well, actually, no. It's now Kobart's turn. So
Yep.
Kobart is crawling.
So what's the speed there?
What are you doing over here?
Help me! Help me! Your crazy man's gone mad!
He does do that.
All of them! I don't deserve this! I don't deserve this! And he's trying to climb up into the fucking wagon with
Pant-itry is against that which is civilized, and most definitely against that which is golden.
Shadow. Ptolemy's like running from one end of the wagon to the other,
Quit
spreading
running,
the
you
curtains
fuck.
and looking around. Mercy!
Yeah, whatever. Shadow's gonna put his fist to him. Try to 28.
Critical hit.
Ooh. 2d4.
Mercy! And you just go over and kick him in the head. Wham! His head hits
7
hits the ground really hard, and Cobart is unconscious.
That's how you punch and kick.
Shut up.
Well done, Shadow. You hear Ptolemy say from inside the noble carriage.
Krieger spends the rest of his rage depantsing him by spinning him around while holding his pant legs.
Oh! Okay, he ends up in a crumpled heap. All right.
We should tie them up.
Things
You
that
can hear
you
them.
the things that you find, Oscar. Let me open the equipment section, and
Alright.
you find a battle axe.
Give me a second. We're sharing the wealth, so to speak. Battle.
Do they have the starting gear for
Yes. they
class?
do.
Yeah. Okay.
It's in the
Oh, I found
equipment
it.
section.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
on
You
page-
find a 2 adventurers packs. 2 lesser smoke sticks. A long spear.
Nice.
You find the battle axe. We got that. There is a steel shield that he didn't have time to get out. 2 daggers. About 10 man-days of food. I don't know if you're stealing their small, like single-person tents, pub tents.
No,
They're worth 8 silver apiece, so you could sell them for 4 silver apiece for a pup tent.
2 pup tents. I'm gonna put down 8 silver each.
Okay, now they're goodie bags. They had like stuff that they obviously took from others, stuff that doesn't look like their equipment or are mixed in with coins, and or maybe they found it. Maybe they just found it.
Wouldn't it be awkward if we found that missing wedding ring in this pile?
Okay.
It's possible they found this equipment just as we found this equipment.
100% possible. They still tried to rob us.
We're all going to choose not to believe that, of course.
They're coming right for us.
Okay. It is called a I believe it is called a clothing masher. It's a bucket where you do your laundry, but then there's a winching thing with 2 rolling pins that the clothing goes through, and it basically, like
Like a dryer?
it mashes all the water out of it, basically. But it is some engineering. Like they stole it from maybe a farm or something like that. So you've got a bucket with a clothing masher. Oscar thinks he could probably get, because it's like actually mechanical, maybe 3 gold pieces for it.
It's one of them doofuses to put their willy in there.
Yeah, you could probably ruin both the device and someone's hand by jamming their hands into it.
Yeah.
You find a
I have a
bronze...
hammer. I can do it the old-fashioned way. Just
let's see. You find a bronze bed warmer. A bed warmer is a pole with a kind of like a pot at the end of it, and you put coals in the pot, and then you put the whole bed warmer in between the blankets with you, and it warms underneath the bed. That is worth. It's nice. It's worth 5 silver. And it was in the basin. Like they might have went into somebody's farmhouse and took some stuff. You find an actual glass jar filled with 300 pennies, copper pennies.
Oh, this is my favorite jar. Look at that.
You can count it again and again.
Whenever you're bored, give a counting, feel good about yourself.
All right, give me a 2d20s.
Sorry, I wrote down 2d20 in the journal. 17s, a pair of them.
Cool. Okay, you find a first level consumable that is some sort of elixir.
Okay. Another first level elixir.
And some sort of talisman that looks like it has a bear claw on it. But it's got feathers as well.
Does it look like an owlbear claw that I've got on my sword?
It looks like an owlbear claw.
I'm just going to put down owlbear talisman.
Sure. Oh, right. Alker made a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Alker recognizes it because he's got the formula for it.
Oh, look.
All right, and something else that they probably didn't know, like these two idiots probably didn't know had value, is a second level item. Give me a d20 roll.
Somebody else want to roll that?
Mark can give me a roll for that.
Niner.
That's funny. This dude must have stole these wrappings from the monks, as he's got +1 hand wraps of mighty blows.
Seriously, guys? I know. I'm going to put these +1s with these +1s, and now I have a +2.
That's not how it works.
My +1 is 2.
Mark, you're muted.
Mark, you're muted. Somebody else could wear them. Apparently, your party likes beating people up along the side of the road and taking their stuff.
No.
Technically, that's banditry, isn't it? Didn't you just pre-bandit the bandits?
There's bandits everywhere.
It wasn't
You have a
pre-banditry.
really nice wagon.
It was...
They bandited us first. We rebanded them. Rebanditry.
We prevented bandits from committing banditry, is what we did.
Mm-hmm.
Marty, what is the value of 2 pairs of pants?
Give me a second. Let me look at clothing.
Ordinary clothing is a silver piece.
Silver piece? Okay. This is used ordinary clothing, so half a silver.
5 copper.
I think we lost Adam as he's showing us his bald spot.
So shiny!
Poor Adam. It froze right as you were showing the bald spot, man.
I was looking at the book, and it was just my bald spot.
They're worth half a silver. They're used pants.
All right. Pants times 2. And I would put 5 coppers each.
Okay. They had a single bullseye lantern that is worth a gold piece. Unfortunately, they ran out of oil. They had a 10-foot length of rusty chain. We'll say it's shoddy.
Does it have value?
Normally chain is 4 gold.
Expensive.
So it's 2 gold.
Holy
We'll
shit.
definitely take it a chain.
It looks like they made a few torches. They've got 10 torches in a bundle. 2 water skins. Torches 1 copper. Water skins are 5 coppers.
I think Oscar leaves the water skins because that's kind of like needed to live.
Yep.
Does Ptolemy have an ink kit? Does someone have an ink kit?
Ptolemy was not very prepared for his adventuring, so
ink
Oscar
kit?
does.
Yeah. Or a writing kit?
Oscar
Yeah.
has a ready kit.
Writing set.
Can I borrow it for a second? Since
What which tip would you like? Are you doing something fine? Do you need something with a bit of a feathering in it?
something thick.
All right. I've got like 4 sets of tips, so I'll give you.
Okay, he
nice
just finds one.
fat,
He
hearty
just
tip.
needs some ink and something so he can cover up the fuck with love.
okay, at this point he's starting to like Turco is starting to wake up, but Cobart is not. What are you doing with them? You could easily give him a swift kick, Oscar, to keep him from waking up.
He's got to accentuate it with a joke first at his expense.
Goodbye, babe.
You're just
Oh,
choking him
treat.
out. Okay, there we go. What are you guys doing with these 2 knuckleheads?
I want. Well, I know what Oscar wants to do. I don't know if everybody else is on board, but I want to take the skinny guy and drag him over, and then put the big guy, kind of drape him across the skinny guy, and just leave them in a pile.
No.
Oscar drags one back to camp. I don't know who else is supervising.
Darian's keeping an eye on things
Okay.
to make sure nothing gets out of hand.
Yep. Oscar's basically got all their stuff, including their pants.
He didn't take the. There's 2 water skins that are left beside him.
Yep.
Leave them some food. And do not put it in their trousers. Or what's left of their... I don't know if they got underwear on.
There should be cod pieces. So we'll give them 3 days of food each.
Okay. Oscar doles out some piles of food. If they don't wake up soon, some of the forest critters might have their way with it, but whatever. He left them with food and water.
Darian actually doesn't stop the cuddling thing he's got planned just because, well, at least they'll stay warm.
Oscar seems to be
Survival technique.
Oscar seems to be in really good mood. Aside from the 12 damage from his face,
He doesn't even remember being pushed in the face. It's like snorting. What do you mean I'm bleeding?
oh yes, he forgets about pain when he sees money. They had money. Oh, that's copper. Oh, that's a peasant's medal.
Don't worry, I'll make it go away, Ptolemy.
I think the jaw's too big to put in the horse's ass.
Alker, can you make a bigger horse's ass?
Well, the Iron Lord always takes away the coin. I hear he's trying to replace them with iron coins. They rust.
Yeah. Although that wall there is like an iron wall, I think, so be easy to forge.
Yes.
Oscar?
I mean, that's why it's a bad idea to have iron coin.
No, I just want to make sure we're not actually storing things in the backsides of horses.
If all horses start walking funny,
It was just
you're going in there.
in case of emergency.
Oh, that was riveting, wasn't it? This told me.
We'll call it Plan D for Derriere.
Plan
We
D.
need to We have a need to.
We could call Plan H for horse's ass, but that's might scare the ladies.
And Plan Derriere is supposed to fill them with comfort.
What is the equivalent of Symbian in this land?
Like, I don't know, like some sort of capital bourgeois.
When you speak it in the bougie, it sounds softer.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Bougie always sounds softer. You're bleeding everywhere. Elker will do a combat medic check.
Okay. Fox is proposing bringing them in town and saying that they're bandits.
Well, the closest town is a town of bandits, so I don't think that's gonna help us.
So we can, Fox, alternately. See, we only had to bring their heads last time, but somebody doesn't think it's good to take their heads in. Thinks it's excessive.
Yes, the paladin does.
So the closest, it's like a couple of days back to Hommlet. You're at the Arch Tree. Moathouse is equidistant between Arch Tree and.
They'll be around here when we get back.
Noba's actually a good distance away.
We'll look for the fire that they're using to keep warm, and
We'll just pick him up on the way back.
All right, so you guys are going to continue on, or you're going to camp near here?
I think we're finishing this night's camping.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll continue.
So we're gonna be like 100 feet away when they wake up and are like, "The fuck."
Okay. You hear them. You hear some yelling.
probably start to get the fuck off me.
You hear some yelling, like they're arguing, and you can see the glow of their campfire kind of fire up again, like they're just gonna camp there. It's nighttime by the time they wake up.
That's what Oscar gets for all that being jovial. He only gets 4 healing. Alker will actually, we'll spend a heal spell.
Okay.
On him.
I'm going to
He's a worshiper of the Heart of Gold, and he is fighting for the name of civilization.
I'm going to make visible the Moathouse map, because I think the next day you guys, next couple of days go by pretty quickly. You are healed up by that point. Prepare your spells. I need to take a quick washroom break.
So for that day, can I do my lore Moathouse?
Yeah. Can I do that after I take a quick washroom break?
Sure.
No. Get back here.
I am going to grab water. I will be back shortly.
These guys are slackers.
Are they now?
You ever tried Frosted Flakes, Mark?
Yeah, of course.
Who hasn't, right? So, I ran into the other day a chocolate coated Frosted Flakes.
What?
Yes, I know. I was like, oh, it's disgusting. But I had to try
Had to
it.
try it.
So I got it and tried it this morning. And I gotta say, it's pretty goddamn good. Because it's not like there's frosting and then there's chocolate on top.
Yeah.
It's the frosting is replaced with like a chocolate thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause that's the first thing I imagined. I was like, oh, it's gross, but you gotta try it. Yeah, saying if you run into it, it'd be a tasty treat.
All right. Experience points are weird.
Have we leveled?
No, but we've gone through a few things since you've leveled last. Actually, you know what? I actually don't know. You leveled last when you left. How much XP is on your character sheets?
Check, I think like 200 or something.
Zeros on all curves.
No, you should have.
No. You should have more than that, dude.
Zeros on Oscars.
I got 5. Literally XP 5. I don't think we got XP last time since we leveled.
I think I set my back to 0 when we leveled.
Okay,
We had 5 extra XP.
which was before downtime.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I might have erased the 5 and put 0 down.
Well,
XP
it's
is
literally
5.
5 XP. It's
Yeah,
probably
I've got 5 too.
I would put the 5 back.
200 was the last time or something like that.
I don't know why you have 5 XP. That does not make sense either.
Well, so to me, I thought it was like 500 and somebody made it Oopa. Like, they didn't hit backspace all the times.
I keep forgetting to say what I'm doing to my sword every day. Generally speaking, I'm making my sword. What's it called? This is Darien.
Are you polishing your sword back there again?
I'm praying to it.
You're nice
Shadow's
and
laughing
shiny.
his ass off.
Okay, when you have so XP scales weird. You shouldn't get XP for something 5 levels higher than you, and you no longer get XP for something 5 levels lower than you. So I need to scale that. So you guys are 3rd, which means the level.
Is it at least consistent, the deltas? So it's like CR plus 1 has XP of that. And when they eventually make the super annoying monsters, that whole no XP thing will become.
So I can make my sword, give my sword one of 4 properties: disrupting, ghost touch, returning, or shifting. Unless I say otherwise, it's probably disrupting.
You don't like the skelly.
I don't like the skellies.
Skellyman.
Okay, and then
Oscar's so happy he got to take the bandit's pants.
40, 30, 20, and 10. And that is
The rest of it was a
0.
bonus. He was.
All right. You did stuff during your downtime. Great. Then on the road here, you fought a bunch of gnolls.
Yep.
Yes. Norman.
And then you spoke with one of the gnolls and got a lot of information and basically kept him in line. So I'm going to give you XP for him twice.
Yay.
Almost made friends with the gnolls. Everyone else made frenemy with the gnolls. Maybe just enemy. Party effort was frenemy.
Because we have gone a couple of levels. With okay, so these guys were level 2.
Couple of games, yeah.
There are 3 of them. I'll give you 4. Then you guys made it to Hommlet. You found out
We
about.
completed the first story beat planned in the campaign.
Yep, you found out about where the the tunic came from. You had some good interactions, level appropriate for all the interactions at the inn. I'm also going to give you another CR3 for wooing the crowd. With Lord Byrne, that seemed to go okay, and then you handed in your bandit. I'll give you a little token XP for that. And then this particular game, you fought a wasp, which is a CR3. And then you fought 2 CR3 bandits, equal level as you.
Without killing them.
I got their pants.
We pants them, yes.
Pretty certain we can agree that the tax for the offense they gave is pants.
Along with all the other stuff you took.
I feel you fought something else that I'm forgetting.
Did we fight more wolves?
Nope.
Spinoles? I think that's it.
Gambling. I think we rolled
Yeah,
well
the card game. Anyone else you
Archery
intimidated?
competition, like
Yeah. Okay, so you guys have 500 XP. You're halfway.
I'll add zeros to my 5.
I drank an XP bonus potion earlier today. We're at 550. Like his look there, like asshole.
Okay, so you guys rode into, and I need a name for this quadrant. Quadrant of Dire Sylvania. We'll call this the Quadrant of Nolban.
Lower Moathouse?
Yeah.
Cool. God damn it. 13.
13? Probably during the time of King Hestrin, used to guard entrance in like basically a border fort
Okay.
between Dire Sylvania and the Quadrant of Nolban, and perhaps even the more southern quadrants. It's
Moathouse is a god tower. King Hestrin used them for god.
It became a ruin in the war against the temple, where the forces of light and goodness fought against the forces of evil in the temple. This war was, what, 20, 30 years ago?
Yes. Ruined during the war.
It's and then of course all the upheaval with King Hestrin. No one has taken up residence specifically in the ruins of the Moathouse since.
And it should be abandoned. Do you know anything like the layout? Well, it has the layout of a Moathouse. They're all pretty much the same. Crenelations on top, some archery slits, a couple of floors, that sort of thing.
So, they've got a bunch of archers. Maybe we're better off attacking at night.
Yep. There's gonna be a blind spot somewhere.
Unless we can find another way in there.
Bunch of archers. Well, they're supposed to be a side way in. Remember what Runty said? There's a sneaky sneak way in.
Well, let's work on finding the sneaky sneak way in.
Okay, so you guys ride forward. You get to about this distance away from the Moathouse when you actually see it. Just ignore this annoying crest and a bunch of other junk.
1 large square equates to 10 feet. And so it is decreed.
Okay, a scrub of thorns, thistles, weeds, and shrubs grow thickly along the stone walls of this ruined castle, Moathouse, keep. The road goes right past one of the southern towers of the roughly square building, and there are thickets of underbrush and a lot of water, as it looks like a stream that runs underneath the road exits into a moat around the Moathouse.
Normally you just gotta scoot your way through. Just scoot and hope you don't get blasted by the ghosts.
The over the course of the last few hours, the ground or the road has definitely dipped down. In a lot of places, the road has been shown signs of being washed out, or there are heavy puddles on either side of the road. You guys are slopping away flies. The horsetails are doing the same, as the Moathouse seems to be in a overall depressed area where there's a lot of water. You can see that there's a bend in the road up ahead that kind of angles in, and the land seems to touch the Moathouse. The walls are 20 feet tall.
There you go. Moathouse. Crenellations, defenses, couple of levels.
No problem.
The roof of this place is long ago collapsed. You can see the kind of like along the side of the Moathouse. I'll give you an idea of where the building is. The tower along the far south side looks like it has collapsed into the Moathouse, or suffered because of its long ago siege.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of underbrush and swamp brush everywhere, and I'll start to draw some of that in.
How much is 1 square?
We're on the proper.
What, proper scale?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of swamp brush along the sides. Like, this is stuff that would be hacked back if you were actually maintaining the castle, but brush has grown along the sides of the moat.
All I'm hearing are hidey holes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of ways of approaching this I can see.
As nature, it looks like, has kind of grown over in a mat of vegetation around the place. There is a sizable hole also through the side of this building.
Yeah.
The swamp brush probably grows thick in this direction. We'll cover up that weird box of ours.
Okay.
So what? I didn't realize that it would be surrounded by a moat. Although it is a moat house, so that does make sense.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite defendable.
Why
Except
don't
for
we
those
just
holes everywhere.
why don't we just go through the big hole in the side?
I'm sure that's defended. Need to scout it out and see what kind of defenses we're dealing with.
You can hear
Find their weakest
you can
point.
hear a few birds, a few critters.
Time of day is it?
By the time you guys reached here, let's see. And it is dying light of the day.
Let's get the wagon off the road. Find a place to set up camp. No fires, just hardtack tonight.
Okay, where are you going? Are you camping within sight of this place? Or are you going way far back, or?
Oh, go back. Like out of sight.
The thing I love about map tools. You can go way
The
far back,
scale.
out of
The
sight.
scale.
Exactly. Here, let me draw the road. Oops.
So,
Wrong color.
what's your plan for getting in there?
Well, let's have.
Why don't we find out some information first? How many there are?
Alright.
Oskar, Shadow, could you perhaps provide us with a little intel?
I don't mind if I do.
Okay, this is actually like really deep brush, and you find a little spot where you can pull the wagon off the road.
Okay.
The Shadow and Oskar are going to surveil this evening.
Okay. Show me where you're going to do such
Where's your
surveilling.
stealth at?
Oskar's stealth is plus 11.
So you're setting up camp. Are you unhitching the horses?
No. If anything, they should be set up to run in the other direction.
All right.
Yeah.
This potentially will make them tired, but they could probably do one night while still hitched up because they did do most of a
We
day.
could move him back actually further.
Are they? Is this the direction the whole thing is pointed, or are you pointing in the opposite direction?
No, let's have a look.
Opposite direction.
Still looking at the fort here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's flip it the other way around.
All right. You making a campfire?
No. Nothing but hardtack tonight.
Okay. So you wait for the sun to go down. Give me a D80.
That's very specific.
77.
Okay, so nothing comes to bother you aside from a few flies. You've gotten Oskar to stop over the last few days to stop applying the bacon grease to the outside of the wagon. There's a particular horsefly that really attacks the bacon grease and then
And gets frustrated and comes after us.
attacks you. Yep, and everyone else is just, good luck, the two of you. May the gods be with you. This is told me. He only cracked open the door of the carriage to whisper that out, and then
Roll it back in.
yeah.
Very
They
inspiring.
should-
Okay, Oskar and Shadow are approaching. Anyone else come in along with this stealthy bunch?
No, I don't want to ruin it.
Okay, you can hear the
That's what happens.
you can hear the sound of crickets and frogs and
Oskar,
things moving around in
you-
the bushes.
do you give people expert level in stealth or trained level?
I can guide a group of
A group of
allies.
two? Because
Large
I'm trained. I have a +9.
So if I use my power to help you, it would be the same as if it'd be this.
I'm doing it on my own.
Yes.
Okay, then never mind. Then.
It gives you trained, basically.
Give me trained. Okay, that's cool.
We can still do it. It makes it one less roll, right? It's just one roll. Right.
Either's fine with me. +9 versus +9 and then a +11. So yeah, let's do a +9 and we'll use that. We'll get Oskar to lead Shadow.
Okay. I wish this was searchable. Ah.
28. Level 3.
Okay, I'll use that. The combination of that. Sorry, one bestiary means that they don't have all the monsters.
What kind of monsters would you find in this swamp-infested hell? Big steel fucking naturally occurring perfectly straight.
All right. So you guys sneak to about here. Your eyes adjust. You guys can see in the dark, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
both the dark vision.
Okay. Give me a perception check. You guys can do this separately.
Knowledge.
There's a lot of.
Would it be in
You can hear a lot of like toad-like
Lore.
croaks from frogs, like lots of
nature.
lots
Martin?
of little ribbits from the.
28 perception.
Oh, Oscar, with your dark vision, you're like, those aren't rocks. They're a little bit cooler than the water. Some of them are big, some of them are small. It's when one makes it like sort of like a one of its eyeballs shifts, but its body doesn't.
Yeah, I was thinking of nature. What
You-
animals would live in a bog? In a
Well, you're looking at them right now. You
Crocs.
kind of asked the question while I was asking for the perception checks.
The
so
perception, yeah. Happened at the same time. Would this thing biting on my leg be a crocodile by any chance?
Nope, not crocodiles, but the numerous frog sounds suggest that this might be a haven for frogs, including some really big daddies that are all milling about in the moat.
Let's back the fuck up.
Some really big frogs. You realize that boulder moved. Oh shit, it's not a boulder, and its tongue goes out and grabs at like this really big insect.
Okay, well, we're gonna try to work our way around.
Back the fuck up.
Okay, so Shadow's backing the fuck up.
Well, we're moving. I'm moving with Oscar.
Okay, so Shadow's like doesn't want to go any
What's
closer.
south of the road?
There's more bush.
Okay.
I'm interested in seeing this. I'm seeing this area. Sorry. Oops.
I'm interested in this spot, and what we see here.
Exactly. So I want to
that's
see
what
here.
We'd like to basically stealth over here to see this hole, stealth over here to see this, and then stealth over see what's on this
Here,
backside.
see what's going on there.
Yeah.
If we
And
can
try
actually
not to get eaten
do,
by a frog while doing it.
if we can actually go all the way around the Moathouse, that'd be great.
Okay, so which way are you going first?
We will go north.
Okay,
Yeah,
so tracking into the brush, moving around those frogs, which you're
Yep.
28, you were able to do. Barely.
Huh?
Because they're CR9 creatures. Have
You get to a bit of a clearing where there's some water leaking out of a spring, and you can see that there is a rubble pile that is exposing part of the face of the castle, and you can see into the castle a little bit.
Are there
There-
lights coming out of the castle?
Nope,
No lights?
no lights. You waited until dark, so you don't see any lights. You can see into the inner bailey or courtyard of the castle, and there's a ruined door that leads into the castle itself.
I'm kind of looking for frogs. Perception in the water in front of us.
Oh, lights. You probably see some lights back here. Like maybe the flickering of a torchlight or something inside.
Uh-oh. Shadow's like, uh-oh. Not again.
Yeah, you want to get a sense of what this thing kind of looks like. I'll just give you a flash of it.
Okay.
Fallen timbers everywhere. Shadow, give me a... Well, actually, you're looking for lights, and you found some. There are some... The flicker of a little bit of light coming back here, and maybe the smell of like a cook fire.
Okay.
Oh, there's 6 of them. There's another one just floating in the water.
Nature. What are these things? What do they love? What do they hate? Do they attack people?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nope, they're perfectly safe for adventurers.
Adventurers
Big
ride them in
frogs,
battle.
don't worry.
They just like bugs. That's all. $18. Yeah.
Yeah, these are giant frogs. Given that their size, they are probably hungry 24/7. They are big, big man-eating frogs.
Would they venture inside the castle or not?
Probably not. They're at home in the water and in the underbrush. Like the underbrush, you probably shouldn't consider yourself safe. They're probably in the water to get away from the bugs. Like the horsefly that's trying to eat the back of Oscar's neck right now. Oscar's like, he knows better than to slap as you guys are like stealthing, but squeeze a little fucker between your fingers.
Oscar's squeezing his head back, trying to like catch the fly. Even later.
Just a sea of like small frogs. Like there's lots of little frogs and little critters and skitters and slithers beneath your feet, but you guys are pausing for a moment as you're looking. Maybe a run and a jump, and you could probably climb those slimy rocks up into the keep if you wanted to.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get an idea of how like the side view, like the transition from bog to water, and then the transition up. Like, is that a slope or?
Yeah, this is a slope up a little bit and over. Shadow, the frog could, if it wanted to, hop up this slope. A little bit slimy, like people don't actually use that slope.
Okay.
You hear a weird groan and hiss coming from within, kind of around at this area.
Alright, let's make our way south.
The hiss was not one of the frogs.
Could we identify the hiss?
Knowledge nature, yeah. Some sort of lizard. You're thinking giant lizard. Not quite as big as the giant frogs, but still mean.
Okay.
Like think monitor lizard. Pony sized.
Ride it.
Okay.
So we lightsaber around.
You want to go around, Oscar? North or south?
Oscar will point south. We'll basically head back.
Yeah, head back.
Around.
Yep. Wide.
Okay, there is a drawbridge that is down and a castle gate that is open, and you can see into the to the courtyard somewhat.
Was this thing always open?
Oscar, when you passed Yeah, the mechanisms of this place are probably broken from whatever siege or whatever. The boards are old. You'd have to get closer to actually see, like, if there's been a lot of foot traffic. Shadow and Oskar thought they saw something moving along the top of this tower. Like a shadow kind of shifted a little bit.
Observe it.
Okay, you wait for some time.
Do you mark it? Do you mark that shadow as your prey?
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that was. So perception?
Yeah, give me a perception.
With your prey bonus?
Mm-hmm. What is my perception? There it is.
Also, dark vision's really strong in this system.
Oh, natural one. 11.
Okay, you think you see it, but it's not. And we'll say with your critical fumble, you marked the wrong shadow.
The chair.
And you don't know what's inside that tower.
Okay.
Keep moving around. Points. East.
Okay, give me another stealth led by Oskar as you're trying to sneak by another giant frog that's...
You have the worst stealth, so go ahead, Shadow. 20 plus 9.
23.
Yep, the frog does not see you or care. It's just hanging out. But this one's actually out of the water. It's big. It's kind of puffing its chest, but it's looking the wrong way.
Right.
Oscar's currently wondering if frog skin boots would sell.
You heard a story about cooking frogs very slowly. They won't jump out of the pot. At this point, I need a survival or perception check from either Oskar or Shadow.
Okay.
More?
My survival is pretty good.
Perception from Oscar.
Okay.
Fuck me. Well, okay.
Okay, so
10 natural 1 for Shadow.
Oskar sees it.
Survival.
Shadow's just moving along and has to stop while Oskar stops and has a look. You can see that it's been covered up, but there is definitely a trail that ducks through some bushes and cuts through the bushes here. Yeah. It's like they deliberately covered that entrance up, but you're seeing a small path.
Let's go see where that goes.
Well worn. This tower is completely busted. You can see in a little bit. There is water running into the side of a building, and I'll give you an idea that there is another building-like structure kind of along these walls. So this is actually, there's like rooms in here.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see in a little bit, and kind of a mucky ground with fallen stones and like an annoying curtain of like creeping vines and little roots. A dark hole along the side of the Moathouse. At this point, you could see across as well to the edges of the back keep or square tower that has some light coming in it, and you can see light through this arrow slit and maybe out of the side here. I'll mark in yellow where there's light coming out.
Okay. Go wide again. Wide
Okay.
path.
Across the road, and then you're trying to keep with the path.
Yep. Whilst being off the path.
Okay, give me a percentile. Anything under 20 is a random encounter.
Well, let's
Why?
Go ahead.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
with my ones, I'm glad you rolled.
You find a little area where, yeah, you do see that there are some, there's some clearing, like the rocks are actually bare, and there are some, like, tracks that lead to the water, and a lot of stones look like they've been filling in.
Does it look like you could just walk across that?
Yeah, while they haven't filled it in so that it's like obvious that like the stone's been filled in, so the water's just right above it, and yeah, you could probably difficult terrain your way through all of this, and it sort of picks its way through the rubble.
And we return to go get our strike force.
As you kind of see a
I mean, unless you want to think it's a good idea to sneak into the castle. I might want a beat stick if I was going to do that.
If we bring them in, we're not sneaking anywhere.
Nope, but we know how to get into the building.
Yes.
And we can sneak up to that. We can sneak up back up to this point.
Well, what we do is we would have a huge, like we would go around like a massive circle and then just come up from the back. Just charge. Ah! Just charge it. Punch that door. Use your fist because it's more effective than this hammer.
Okay, are you stopping there?
I think we're going to be taking tracing our steps back to get back to the wagon.
Okay, so while you're tracing your steps back, people at the wagon, let's see how lucky you are. One more percentile.
All right.
These wilds suck.
There we go. There we go.
Damn it, Adam. Get your
Give me,
shit together.
give me a D6.
2. Get attacked by, it sounds like 2 cats either having sex or fighting. I never know which one's which.
They sound the same.
Nice. Okay, Oskar and Shadow, can you give me a stealth check?
Is this
Yeah,
the,
boss.
like, initiative-based stealth?
No, just stealth, as
Okay, so
Oscar's
then-
leading.
Yeah, roll it, Shadow.
24.
24 versus the party's. Okay, you're able to sneak up on your own wagon.
Then we hear,
How are we gonna get rid of Shadow and Oskar?
as we plot against ourselves. The backstabber.
Good to see we
Okay.
got guards on this watch. Wouldn't want bandits coming and slitting your throats, would you?
Okay, this seemed to startle Krieger and Darien and Bone Crusher. You're lucky that you didn't approach and say anything a little bit quicker. Like they were like tense, and your encounter was with yourself.
Hey, no punching.
Not in the face, not in the face.
Had you failed the stealth, they may have taken a reactive swing and like, hey.
Getting blasted by Krieger is not a good time.
Nope.
So, we got away in.
Second edition modules have very, very interesting random encounter tables, I just gotta say.
Okay.
You randomly encounter your own party.
No, there's something that is to effect like you are your own worst enemy kind of thing, and I just change that to exactly
Cool.
this situation. So,
So, we got a way in, found this secrety path. We gotta watch out for frogs, gotta be quiet, and they definitely got people who use light in there, and there's a big lizard of some sort.
Well, okay then.
Ready to put your big boy pants on? We got a couple extra pairs.
My big boy pants are always on.
I don't wear pants. I prefer robes.
Never mind. All right, let's go beat some ass. Just let me know when unleashed. Just let me know when let go.
Trousers chief.
all right. So, what are you guys doing?
I think we're tying the horses up here.
Okay, still tied to the wagon.
Still tie. We'll take them off the wagon,
Okay, you unhitch the horses and tie them to the trees.
and Oscar's going to attempt to valiantly and bravely, concisely and quietly sneak the party through, giving a wide berth. So, preferably along that trajectory, if I could.
Sorry, can you redo that? Yep. Avoiding those damn frogs.
Avoiding the frogs and just trying to put a lot of distance.
You got a
between,
28 on your stealth against the frogs. I was like so wanted to fight the frog.
I don't want to be eaten by a frog. It sounds
Fuck
like
those
not a good
frogs.
time. That's why
We get
really-
XP for that shit though.
getting eaten by the frog. Also,
Okay.
not getting eaten by the frog.
Is there a marching order for the adventurers?
We'll let the guides guide us.
Okay,
So-
Oscar and Shadow in the
it's-
beginning.
Yeah, it's kind of like. Something like that. There we go. Something like that is the marching order, and
Okay.
we're using follow the leader stealth from Oscar.
Got it. Is Shadow following or not?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, who's got the lowest stealth?
Night, Darian.
So roll as
Alright.
if you were trained.
3, 6.
You can hear the frogs. Like the frogs sound really peaceful until one of the big ones goes. And it's like, what the fuck?
21.
It sounds like the ground itself is burping or trying to take something in when you guys do that.
Is a victorious stealth check.
Yeah, the you guys are able
That's
to.
an awesome feat. I'm declaring that now as a very awesome feat.
You guys are able to sneak around the giant frogs, and there's a question on Ptolemy and maybe a few others' faces. You're walking into the bushes, but then a trail becomes apparent. And you guys are going to walk along the trail, or are you going to walk into the bushes?
We are going to
Bushes.
the bushes path up, and then we're going to basically get to here, and we're going to like blitzkrieg from that point. Oh, the thought process got to this point here.
Got it. Okay, you can see that the light is kind of like it's not oil lantern light, it's more like, or candle light, it's more like fire, like campfire light. You actually hear Alcur hear somebody coughing, same with Oscar. A little bit of smoke for those with dark vision, kind of coming out of, I guess, a hole in the ceiling, because that building looks pretty collapsed.
We'll attempt to move into the. We'll attempt to sneak our way through the thing.
Okay, so this part there's difficult terrain.
Okay. We might. I think. Call me crazy here, but I think we might be call an initiative pretty.
Yep.
I think we're going to. I think at this point it's all. We are going to make our own hell break loose, let alone. So, yeah.
Moathouse or die!
So I think we're we're giving it to her. They should be sleeping, or fornicating, or maybe eating a sandwich. Hopefully not having a bunch of ready actions just pointing arrows down the tube.
All right. So who's sneaking across the slippery rocks? The whole Congo line.
Yeah.
I think the whole conga line.
Okay. Give me the stealth for the lowest person.
19.
It's actually pretty good.
Distance.
Distance and then through walls. Okay, you guys managed to splash and help each other through this this difficult terrain. It's really slippery. Eventually, you're kind of picking your way through rocks and find that the rocks have been piled up to either side, and there's a little space that goes all the way up to the side of the building, and a little Sallyport stone door is visible. It has no knocker, no handle, no.
We'll let Oscar have a look at that.
Does it have a keyhole?
Nope.
I think
Is Oscar going kind of switching spots with Shadow?
Yep.
Okay, Oscar could stand there. Shadow could be there.
check it for traps.
So, Marty, I've got my composite bow, or not my composite, my short bow.
Yep.
This is not a long range fight.
Do you have trap spotter, Oscar?
Yep.
Okay, so you get a roll, and then you get a second roll as you're looking for traps. So you can just roll twice.
I don't know why I'm looking this up here. So my trap spotter didn't find the damn thing.
Okay, you're too eager with the door.
My actual inspection finds even less.
Okay. It's a stone door. Oscar, you think you push it in.
I'm gonna wave Crusher up. Because when we have doors that need to be removed, he's the one who removes them.
60 feet. I'm just wondering, guys. I'm just wondering if the +1 composite longbow is still better indoors than the short bow is. So the D8 the difference between a D8 and a D6, but there's a +1 on one of them and a -2 for using it indoors. So I think I get overall -1. That's bigger dice damage.
I would go with the bonus to hit versus dice damage. That's just me.
There's also strength damage. It's dice plus strength.
There's it's a
dice
D8
plus
versus a
strength.
D6.
So Oscar's gonna wave Crusher.
Yeah, Crusher will move, move forward.
I want to shuffle your tokens around to see who's standing where.
Okay.
Gonna. Sure. Okay. He looks at you he's like.
First he makes a motion of pushing.
We're gonna try to open the door, pushing
Okay.
slowly.
The door, there's a grinding of stone as you're pushing the small Sallyport door open. However, there's a twang from the little bit of metal string that was going up towards a falling brick that is going to fall on Oscar and Shadow's head.
Oscar and Crusher?
Oscar and Crusher, yeah. Let me just look up at the a falling block trap.
Crusher bravely grabs Oscar and lifts him above his own head.
Again?
Ah!
So, trap finder. It wasn't DC 15 to find, right?
I'll see in a second. Give me a second.
Okay, because I forgot the +1 I'm supposed to be adding to find traps.
Yeah, you rolled a 12 and a 13. So
Yeah.
Use your hero
I rolled
point.
a crap and a crap, so it's crap +1 and then more crap +1. Yeah, it's 13. Yeah, see 14 or 13.
nope, it was a little higher than that, but just by a tiny bit. This actually is not precise. It's only going to hit one of you. And there's a reflex save. So 1 is Oscar, 2 is Crusher. Oscar, reflex save.
Okay.
As some rocks come tumbling down.
I
As
have a +1 against traps. 28.
critical success. You take no damage. As you kind of like go, ugh, you go like your instinct was to move back, but instead you went flat against the wall, and some rocks go tumbling down in front of you.
Crusher's gonna push the door.
Yeah, this is Crusher as he was pushing the door open, revealing a cozy and kind of stinky room. Oh, and I hate these designs. Yes, the secret door is open because fuck you for drawing maps that only the DM can see.
Oh!
You see that there are a number of like grubby looking men that are camped out in this room. There is a door off to the side that has been like opened, and it looks like it should be flush with the wall. There's one guy who's awake. You're not Gorish, is what he says. Everyone awake! The rocks are tumbling down. I think at this point in time, your stealths are being used for initiative.
And are they wearing pants?
They are wearing pants, yes.
For the time being.
Oscar, pant thief.
Okay.
Your butt freezing.
So I'm going to add some brigands to the initiative
Oscar,
sheet.
the pantsing dwarf.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Worth valuable coin.
And then I'm going to add...
This could be level, boys. This could be level.
You know, Lord.
Lord. Lord.
There's a lot of them in there.
Yes, there are. I'm going to use...
It was, in my brain, there would be like rooms and stuff, but I guess there's room. There's room in there.
Okay, I just used the random number generator to generate your... oh, let it stop. And...
Wow, that's...
when stealth is used for initiative. When Alpha
Okay, it's changed like 5 times, so I'm going to use it one more time. Copy the thing and only paste the value. Because I can't have this change every single time. Okay. Let me sort this mess. All the terrain leading up to that secret passageway is difficult terrain.
Okay.
Oskar, Krieger, brigands, Shadow, 2 of the brigand leaders, Bone Crusher, Ptolemy, Darian, Alker.
Okay.
A lot of people are sleeping, however. So, Oscar.
Stevie.
Well then.
Yeah, there's a guy kind of he's got his head up against sort of the wall, sleeping.
What is doing a bad thing to somebody who's sleeping?
I don't know if there's coup de grace anymore, or...
I mean, it's probably pretty easy to stab somebody who's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
That's unconscious.
I want to say coup de grace.
Let's see if that's a thing.
Unconscious. You're asleep or knocked out. 622. You take a -4 status penalty, AC, perception, reflex saves, and you have the blinded and flat-footed conditions.
So we have a -6. -6 AC.
You wake up if you take damage, receive healing, someone shakes you, there's a loud noise.
Coup de grace does not seem to be a thing.
No. Well then, there's one guy who's awake, right?
Yep. He's like, "You're not Grolic."
Well, we're gonna just try to not step on that guy as we're coming through.
Okay.
Maybe he's non-combative. And we'll stab him. Because that's what we do. So, this stabbing. That would be a good time to roll AC
And
18
those hero points,
against his
guys.
flat-footed AC.
Yep, you hit him.
Oh, Crusher had the extra hero point. I never said who had it.
Okay.
Crusher. Alright.
Alright, so 1d6 plus 1d6 plus 1d8 plus 4. 17 damage.
Holy shit. Alright. So these guys are... second level humans. So they would have 28 hit points plus con. Alright, so he's bloodied.
That was a double move and stab.
Krieger.
He's gonna rage. Sudden charge, that's 10, 20. And 10, 20. Then
He's like sizing up. Yes, no, too small, too squeamish.
okay, that's 20. Sudden charge.
Okay. Krieger yells and he goes running in. Screaming barbarian. Screaming barbarian enters your camp. I think that's a loud noise.
Yeah, if he was like, if he was
The guy goes scrambling back. His big axe goes flying, or like kind of clinking off the side of the stone. Chips everywhere. Brigands. What the? Brigands are. At the start of your turn, you automatically attempt a perception check against the noise DC. The fact they have to make a check means they could fail on a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
that really heavy sleeper.
Oh my god, there are 4 heavy sleepers. Failed, awake. Failed. Awake. What the fuck?
You got drunk.
Failed, awake. Okay, so those guys are getting up. So they wake up because of the noise. They then spend actions to get up. Ald is technically still asleep. And Grust, it's not his turn yet. But they both made it. All right, so the ones that are waking up and standing up are this brigand. Okay, so this brigand gets up. He grabs his bow. He then kicks the brigand beside him.
So
That automatically wakes him up.
Yeah, who?
for the next round or for this round?
Yeah, he's gonna get up, scramble, grab his weapons, toss his sleeping bag out of the way. He's up and awake and standing. These two assholes can hear like somebody just ran right through with their sleeping. They roll out of their bed rolls. They grab their long swords and they're gonna move 1, 2, and 3. I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
This brigand is going to stab at Krieger because Krieger is scary. Even though he got hit by Oskar. Let's see. Level plus strength plus trained is 2?
Trained is.
I'm not flat-footed.
Okay.
You've denied advantage as well, good sir.
Oh, hang on.
Level plus
Says
strength.
your foes.
trained
Right.
is-
They're second level. You're third
Yeah,
level.
you aren't flat-footed to hidden, undetected, or flanking foe or flanking creatures of your level or lower, or creatures of your level or lower using surprise attack. Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
so I'm
AC
not-
17.
Nope.
AC 5, and he had to use one action to pull out his blade. Yeah, so the guy who Oskar hit attacked Krieger because the axe is really scary. And I think that's all the brigands. Like, they're all kind of waking up and grabbing their weapons, but you definitely did have surprise on them. Shadow?
I was gonna get in there. Get in there! What can Shadow see from here? Who can Shadow see from here?
This dude?
Shadow's gonna. That's 15. 10. Okay. Start. Let's see. So these arrows. I'm gonna use my longbow. I'm using my longbow.
Okay, are you firing at guys at the back or the front?
Where are the archers?
There's an archer
At the
here.
back.
There's an archer here. He's still sleeping.
Let's aim at this guy.
Okay, the guy's kicking bandits awake.
So one. he's
Or
my
very
prey.
nice travelers that are just,
He's holed up here.
just
For the
they
night.
needed a place that was dry and they wanted to keep dry and they had a nice
So
little
moved
party.
up.
I'm pretty certain they can look like bandits. They're wearing
Moved up.
pants.
He's my
Bandits
prey.
wear pants.
And he is actually more than 30 feet away. So, let's shoot some.
Shadow comes in, he's like, which that one?
You have a bow. I have a bow. Let's do this.
Let's bow it out.
Okay, so
19.
level is 12, dex is 15, armor is 17. Hit.
Okay. Next one is plus 12 plus 9. 15.
Missed.
Balls! That's it.
Roll
So
damage.
1d8 plus 2s.
Okay,
Three
you
damage.
graze that one brigand with an arrow.
God damn it, Shadow.
Ald wakes up. What's the meaning of this? Who are they?
We are lawful bandits.
Yeah, holy warriors. Uh-oh.
How dare you? That's what he says. How dare you? He is going to pull out a different weapon. Just because. I think heavy flails are a thing.
Yeah, I believe so.
you.
Why does he sound like Pee Wee Herman?
He's the old guy. Look at his face. He's like an old skinny bandit.
Pee Wee Herman gave me nightmares as a child.
You're really gonna have to give me all of your money now.
Do they have heavy flails or just flail?
Here, give me a second.
I thought they had.
I just know they had it. They might call it dire flail. Weapons. War flail. 1d10.
Oh.
Bludgeoning. Disarm, sweep, trip.
Yep.
2 bulk.
Okay, he's small, wiry, but he's got this weird big ass flail. So he stood up, grabbed his weapon, and then moves forward. You get out of here! And he moves bravely forward towards this crack in the wall.
I want to call him Nerdlingers.
Nerdling.
Grust rolls out of his bedroll, almost with a murderous glee in his eyes. His weapon somehow gets out very quickly in that action. And then he moves forward towards Krieger. Unafraid.
Oh, we're gonna have to fuck that one.
He's going to try to stab at a Krieger. AC 22.
Hits.
Daggers do D4, right?
To the best of my knowledge.
That's what my dagger does.
Okay, 8 damage.
That's
Plunges
what
a
my
dagger
does.
into Krieger's side.
Don't be flat-footed against him. I suspect it would be bad for you.
Bone Crusher.
Probably.
Crusher's gonna walk in there. Has a movement speed of 30.
10 feet to get to where Shadow is.
Okay, give me that 1 second. Yeah. Bone Crusher is movement speed. Is 35. So that was 10 feet. So 25 feet left. You get there, mountain stance, and flurry this guy. Brigand 2.
Okay. A punch into
Okay.
his back as he's swinging his longsword around at Krieger.
Okay, that's D20. 10.
Missed.
Fuck.
He swipes backwards towards you as you're coming in. He sensed motion.
23.
That time
That's better.
you rolled in under his awkward backward swing and punched him in the kidney.
7 damage.
Lethal or non?
I think we're doing lethal here. I ain't messing around with this
Ow.
crap.
Okay. Ptolemy. Ptolemy already has his mage armor running.
This ain't good Crusher.
That's 40 feet of movement to get to here. So that's
2 moves.
2 moves.
He's got another 10 feet if he wants.
Okay, he hops in front of Shadow. That's 2 moves, and then he'll raise his shield as he's coming in. He's like through the breach as he raises his shield, kind of thing. He moves, raises his shield, and then moves again.
I could use a magic weapon, says Shadow.
Darian.
Darian's kind of gonna follow suit.
Into the breach, squire! Is what he is.
Really?
He's running in, my lord!
he gets to there and raises his shield.
Okay. Spell and steel, they will not get by our shields. Alker.
Shut the fuck up, Shadow.
Alker is going to single action cast a agile feat.
Okay,
So he,
ignoring all the difficult terrain.
all ignoring difficult terrain, adding 5 feet to his move speed, sort of.
He kind of
Nice.
hikes up his robes and uses elven toes.
The blessings of gold.
It is just like when you hopped across the stones in the pond in that
That
strange
place I can't remember.
place that you can't remember from your childhood.
Hey, you know who else probably did that? Your nephew or niece that you don't know. I don't know why I'm harping on that.
She would have liked to have done that.
This place smells. These bandits have been holed up here for quite some time. There's also the faint smell, and Alker is the reason why I'm describing things for Alker and Oskar is that they're the two highest in perception, I believe. There is the faint reek of death coming from the doorway that is open to the side.
Ugh.
There's so many of them. This is a man with the big dire flail. Where do they all come from?
Where is he going?
He's running to here.
He's a coward. There's still a lot of dude in here.
Yes, the place is alive with a flash of steel.
So we're gonna cast illusory image, and we're gonna make it look like the ceiling is sort of collapsing.
Okay.
Sort of in a fireball radius. Specifically, it's like I want that radius to look like it collapsed, but only the top half of the hemisphere.
Okay, so, over there, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, the roof, does it have auditory or visual?
I think I've only have this prepped as a first circle spell, so it's just a big pile of rocks.
Okay.
Falls down. Yeah, there's guys who are sleeping. They don't fucking know what noises happen.
And it's only visual.
It's only visual.
Okay.
Is this affecting everybody?
Yep.
Yes, this looks like a terribly unstable place to have a battle. Remember, 2nd edition module. I'm gonna do weird shit. Oskar.
My illusion became reality.
Top of the
I will just draw that. It's kind of something
Okay,
like that area.
Oskar.
Well, you son of a bitch. Blessed be those who get stabbed in the back. Scooch through.
Yeah, there's a swipe from the kind of like hulking brigand dagger master.
And we're gonna stab this man in the back.
The one that's taking a few swipes at Krieger.
Yep.
The dwarf is wily! Look out!
AC 25.
Do that again.
This guy flanking that guy, that guy's flanking him. he's flanking
14
that guy.
damage.
Okay, on top of his 31, he is unconscious.
It's like a Mortal Kombat fight.
Yeah, Oskar tumbles in and comes up the side, sort of raking your dagger across. Or is it your rapier? Yeah,
It's the rapier.
Yeah,
Yep.
you stab him in the back.
And then we'll tumble over here. Aha! Here, we'll pick that spot.
Okay,
For flanks.
Oskar flashes in and then comes reeling back. Yeah, this guy sees Oskar. He knows what Oskar is. Krieger, however, is